Hello, everyone. My name is Cynthia Jenkins. I'm the owner and principal consultant at Elevated HR Consulting, and I want to start today's presentation with a quick question. How many of you feel pretty confident that your HR is in good shape? Now, how many of you are 100% sure you wouldn't panic if you got a letter from the DOL or an attorney tomorrow? The reality is, most small business owners don't think they have or will have HR problems until it's too late. And here's the scary part. The average employment lawsuit costs anywhere from $75,000 to $125,000 to defend. That's whether you win or lose. And that's a lot of payroll, especially for someone who doesn't even work for you anymore. I see the same issues over and over again with small businesses. Good people running great companies, but missing a few key HR pieces that can turn into very expensive problems. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common HR nightmares I see and how to avoid them. Nightmare number 1, the I didn't know that was illegal hire. This usually looks like paying someone as a 1099 contractor when they should be a W-2 employee, or skipping formal offer letters and onboarding documentation. Misclassification is one of the top issues the IRS goes after, and a huge percentage of small businesses get it wrong at some point. Common misconception is that you get to choose whether an employee is a 1099 or a W-2. But the fact is that there's very strict rules and regulations determining which classification those workers should be in. But it's not just classification, even something as simple as the I-9 form. The majority of employers complete those incorrectly. Missing fields, wrong forms of ID, not completed on time, all things that can trigger penalties during an audit. So what's the risk here? Well, back taxes, penalties, and those pesky audits. And just to be clear, the IRS doesn't accept "I didn't know" as a business strategy. Nightmare number 2, the handbook that either doesn't exist or hasn't been updated since 2007. If your handbook still mentions fax machines, we probably need to talk. A handbook isn't just a formality. It sets expectations, protects your business, and keeps you consistent. And as I've mentioned many times before, when the Department of Labor shows up or an employment attorney gets involved, one of the very first things they're going to ask for is your handbook. So if you don't have one, or if it's outdated, you're already starting on the defensive. Without it, every decision you make becomes subjective, and that's where risk creeps in. Nightmare number 3, the termination that turns into a lawsuit. I've seen it too many times. This usually happens when there's no documentation, discipline isn't consistent, or expectations were never clearly set. And here's the phrase us HR people say all the time: if it's not documented, it didn't happen. So here's the reality. If you can't prove why you terminated someone, whether it's because they were late 6 times in 2 weeks, or they violated your ethics code, even stole from the company, the employee will win that claim every time. Nightmare number 4, the we'll just pay them salary overtime trap. A lot of business owners hire candidates as salaried, i.e. exempt, just because they don't want to track time or pay them overtime. But that's not how the law works. Believe it or not, employers don't get to choose whether someone is exempt or hourly. That classification is dictated by very specific rules under the Department of Labor and the FLSA based on job duties and salary thresholds. And getting it wrong can be extremely costly. And this also includes something a lot of employers overlook: off-the-clock work. In Georgia and most other states, if an hourly employee is checking emails after hours, taking calls, or doing any work outside their scheduled time, you have to pay them. And if you're not tracking and paying for that time, that can turn into a wage claim very quickly. Misclassifying employees as exempt can lead to back pay, penalties, and Department of Labor audits. So, salary is not a magic word that makes overtime disappear. Nightmare number 5, the employee who decides to go full HR on you. This could be harassment, discrimination, retaliation claims, wrongful termination. And all it takes is one employee who Googled hostile working environment at 2 a.m. And here's the harsh reality. Anyone can file a claim for just about any reason, whether it's true or not. I'm going to say that again. Anyone can file a claim for just about any reason, whether it's true or not. And at that point, the burden shifts to you. The only thing that protects you is your documentation. So if you don't have clear policies, consistent processes, and documented actions, you're not defending your business, you're explaining it. Here's the thing. Most business owners don't think they're doing anything wrong. They aren't bad employers. They just don't have the right systems and people in place. And that's what HR really is. It's not just hiring and firing. It's protecting your business, staying compliant, and reducing risk. And that's exactly where we come in. We work with small businesses as an extension of their team, handling HR compliance and processes so these issues don't turn into expensive problems. So if you're not sure where you stand, I'd be happy to take a quick look, identify any gaps, and point you in the right direction. Because it's always a lot cheaper to fix it now than explain it later. Before we wrap up, I want to introduce you to the team behind Elevated HR. This isn't just me. This is a full team of HR professionals supporting our clients every day. Between us, we cover everything from recruiting and onboarding to employee relations, compliance, payroll, policy development, training, and much more. So when you partner with Elevated HR, you're not just getting one person. You're getting an entire team that acts as an extension of your business. And we all know HR issues don't happen on a schedule. So having the right support in place before something goes wrong makes all the difference. So if you know any small businesses who are looking to offload their HR responsibilities without paying that full-time HR director salary, we would love to connect. You can connect with us via the information on the screen. We do offer complimentary consultations, so we do encourage you to reach out and discuss your HR needs with you and see if it would be a good fit. We'd love to help you and your small business get HR under control, reduce risk, and stay compliant. Thank you.